All right, Vijay, welcome to the show. Don't be an IT guy. I am super excited to hear about your journey into cybersecurity. And by the way, y'all, if you're watching this right now, you got to be ready because this is about to be some motivation for you. So be sure that you like this channel, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, because you are about to get some insight that you won't hear anywhere. So, Vijay, just give us some background of who you are and what you do right now.
For me, my name is Vijay, and for my little background, I'm the first child who landed in America. I would say like the first generation from my family who came in America with a dream in 2009. And right now, I'm working with the National Grid as a senior risk analyst. So that's
Nice.
a little bit about me.
Okay. We're gonna have to dig into that. I like how you just
Yeah,
so about it. I'm working as a risk analyst.
yeah.
So walk me through the journey that you went from coming to the U.S. and then landing a position that you're in right now. Like that just sounds like at a high level, that is very interesting. I want to hear about it. Tell us about it.
Yeah, let me give you some high level about my life. Like I remember when I came to this country 2009, I do not know anybody in America. I feel like I know like few family in New York. That's all I know. So I remember like I used to work in a I actually switched the state. I went to Pennsylvania to work.
Hmm.
I was working there in Pennsylvania, 12 hours shift as a cashier when I started my journey. And also like in America, this different culture. You this is whole new setup as from where you are. So I learned like I feel like very important to be to document yourself in America when you come to this country. That's very important for anybody who come to this country. So I applied it, and I always say like I'm a lucky guy. I met you, and that that time also like what happened like I applied the paper and I got it everything, and I make myself like legal in this country. Then I work hard because every time when you come to this country you have a big dreams. You always like try to achieve something here. So I work hard like 4 or 5 years, pretty hard. I quit like my study also. I didn't go to college. So I
Hmm.
feel like after a few years, when I came back to New York, I met my community here. So many people from Nepal. I met them, and from there, I think um, the life changed from 2017, 18. I feel like I visualize my life, like where I am, and when I close my eyes and I see myself in 5 to 6 years, I'm still there. So I thought like this is not something I really want to do in my life. I really wanna in my life some purpose and goals. And at the same time, I really wanna proud my parents, my family, what I'm doing in America. So then I chose to be go to college.
Hmm.
So what happened? Like I just went back to college. It's not easy to get back in college also in America. You have to give a lot of exams. So then I then
Oh
I
yeah.
I go to the community college. I give some exam. I pass it. Then I finish my I think applied science in computer as my associate. Then I did my bachelor from City Tech from New York.
Hmm.
So that's how started. And then I when I finished the college, well, then what? I always feel that you need to have a professional networking is very important in this country,
Oh yeah.
which I learned, which I always feel like that is the most important part for the different context. Like the people who born here, it's a different story. But I didn't born here, so I have a lot of community people whom I know. I work. I did so much volunteer work also. I know many people in from my society, but that makes no sense if you don't have a professional like connection with the people.
Right.
So after I finish my college, I have a friends, but I feel like I'm lacking behind there, where I need a platform to be with the professional people where I can share my thoughts and everything. So after that, you don't have any skill, even though you have a college degree. As Boyd said, like always, you need to have some skill set to get a job. It's not you just have a piece of college degree and you get the job. No, it's nothing happening.
I've been trying to tell people that. So they're like, oh, no, I'm just going to go get this college degree. Okay, okay. After you get that degree, what are you going to do? What are you going to showcase in the interview? Your piece of paper? It's like, what are you going to do with that?
Exactly.
It doesn't solve their problem. So how are they going to hire you? Because people don't listen. Oh,
That's
continue.
that's a reality in America, honestly. I have argued with my professor also. You were studying everything in the college, even like 60 credit is you just studying nothing. Like you, that's all other stuff. You're not even studying computer science there. So that's only the one more I think in a I think loophole in a education system in America. They don't teach you like what's how the real scenario is.
Yeah.
That's why I always have a fight with my professor, and they don't have answer for that. So after I finish my college and I'm looking for job as every people do that, every student do that, and I applied in many companies. Nothing come in return because you don't have a skill set. So then finally I say like, okay, this is time for to do something like new, or maybe I need to learn something. I need to find out the way to to be in the cybersecurity, because when I went back to college, I really want to be in cybersecurity, no other department.
Mm-hmm.
And also cybersecurity is such a new field in New York. There is no degree that time. There is no bachelor degree in cybersecurity. So that's the reason like I took that BTech in network and security, which is very close to the cybersecurity.
Mm-hmm.
So then I find out it's so hard. I try to connect with all my community people who are in tech field, but not in cybersecurity. I try to send them the resume and all that. They try their best to help me, but nothing come up. I remember nothing come up. I try to connect with so many people who are working in a professional level, but I didn't get anything. Then finally, I say like, no, it's not working. So let me research it, and I think your video will pop out in my YouTube.
Yeah.
Your video is pop out. I said like, who is this guy? Let me check out this guy. I check it out, and it's like I feel like it's a other regular guy who always say something, and it's this kind of maybe you don't trust it first, and then again your video come out, and after that I said like, okay, this is the time to let me check it out. I went to your YouTube channel. I watch everything.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Void, I think I'm the one who watch everything of your each and everything. I feel like, oh, this is something like I really want to do it. And
Mm-hmm.
also I didn't satisfy myself because I'm the that kind of guy who really want to research properly what I'm doing. So I went to your I went to the internet and check your website and what's going on there. I saw the many people who already are there. I tried to Google it. There is not a lot in Google or Baxter before. Now is a lot, and then finally it took me like 6 7 months, the boy, to be trust you and go to the website and book the book advisory for myself, like what's going on. It took 6 7 months, and I said like, and I regret now why I take 6 months. If I did it before that 6 months, I think I'm in different position right now. But I always believe that right thing come in a right time. You can
Exactly.
rush it.
That's what I
So
was gonna
I feel
say,
like,
man. Don't
yeah,
regret it. Everybody moves at their own speed of grace, is what I like to say.
yeah,
And especially with some of the things that I talk about, it's so foreign from what people teach in school. Like I have to unlearn people. So you think it
yeah,
took you 7 months, but I was really unlearning you of the old system. And sometimes that just takes time.
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, so going back to story, then after 6 months, I think I scheduled a meeting with the advisory, and I have a few questions there, and I have a concern there, and I asked many questions, and I was still that time also I was still down in my mind. I said I don't know what I'm gonna get from here, but after I get in, I'm so surprised. Like the setup was brilliant. I would not say many things here because I really don't want to ruin. and the excitement for the new people who join the Baxter. I really want to keep like that way. But after you join that, you learn so many things. I think for many people who already have many IT backgrounds, for them maybe it's different. But for my scenario, who never work in corporate world, who are so much new in this country, who don't have that much of knowledge, I would say. So for me, I feel so excited. First of all, I I went through there the first videos, and then the things you said there. It was exciting, and after that, I think I finished that in 5 or 6 months. It took me time,
Hmm.
and the best part was I have so many connections there. I
Yeah,
have a
man.
very good friend from Baxter right now. To be honest with you, I feel like, and they all are working.
Yeah, the network is huge. And
Oh,
like people don't consider when I say my statement of people don't hire people. I mean, robots don't hire people. People hire people. Like all this submitting of applications, but like building your network of people that are in the same industry that you are in is invaluable. But you can never get that network if you are stuck on the internet and you're not involved in a community. It's like that right there, dude, is worth his.
yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel. And after I've been in TDP program, I have a chance to work in internship. I have a chance to work with that big company. That boosts my mind, and that everybody have a different scenario to learn. Even though I in the meeting I don't speak a lot there, but I always keep a notes like what's going on,
Hmm.
how they're working environment, how they're working with the clients. So that's I learned it because that I use in my interviews.
Yeah.
That that's how I did it. So after I think I finished my TDP program, I create good group of friends. I also the Baxter give me a chance to be a team lead. That makes me like to be boost my confidence, like how you proceed there. And one more thing I want to add it on this program, the authoritative mindset is the
Yes.
most important, very very important. I never thought about that before. I when I never thought about that. Now I'm like giving that lecture to the people who are not in that position, and they didn't see that. That is so important because you don't know like what other people think about you. You think yourself like you don't know anything, but your confident and your mindset tell you who you are and how you connect and how you speak. The
Yeah.
authority mindset teaches you that. And thank you for that, to be honest with you. That's the best, I think, part of the program because as you're learning, you learn anyways. But that is something like I think not all the program give that.
No, they don't, man. So like one of the things that really separates us. So number one, to kind of piggyback on some of the things that you talked about, like at universities, they teach theoretical things, and theoretical things only work in theory, and they're taught by
Yes.
people either worked in the industry decades ago or never have worked in the industry. Like I am a practicing cybersecurity consultant and professional. I mean, I run a cybersecurity company, which is how I'm able
Yeah.
present you guys with those internships with my clients so that you get that true hands-on experience what builds confidence. But in terms of the authority mindset, I had to develop that because I knew in my career that there were positions and opportunities that I turned down because I wasn't mentally ready. I was downplaying myself. I almost walked away from the position that changed my life as the senior security architect for American Airlines because my mind was telling me that I could not do the job. And we have these negative stories that are on repeat. And if we do not arrest those thoughts, we will never accomplish our goals. We'll be on YouTube right now, like people under this video commenting, "Hey, Boyd, so what's your advice on how do I do this?" Even though I've given y'all 100 videos telling you the same thing, I've offered you the opportunity to come have a consult with my team. Your mind will not allow you to move forward. It is impossible to achieve anything that you cannot comprehend in your mind first. Everything starts there, man.
Yes.
everything.
That's so much true. That's so much true. Like also, I remember like I sent you the message about your book through the
Hmm.
firewall. Oh my God, that book also inspired me. I think you inspired me in a lot in many ways. Yeah, through the firewall. I got that book. I read all that. I got Audible.
Yeah.
I listened that also. So that also motivate in many ways because the way your life is totally different and where you are right now today is, oh my goodness, it's amazing. So that also I feel like I took so many good positive stuff from that book and your story also. So
Thank
back
you.
to the story after, yeah, and back to the story after I finished my TDB, and I met many friends. I know that I need these all friends in future.
Hmm.
So I have a good connection with the friends. So the first thing, like I have a very good professional relation and networking from the from this training, and also I learned the one of the framework of the GRC in very nice way. Now I understand there is so many controls. You don't
Yes.
work in every controls.
Yes.
Before I would say to the people who are in a program right now or who really want to join it, just don't worry about the one control and try to remember all the controls because eventually you don't have to remember.
Please, please, please repeat that. Tell them again. Please tell
Yeah,
them again.
yeah. I,
Please.
I really I really want to say that, like, in a real scenario, there is so many more than 10,000 controls in right now with all the framework. You don't remember the controls, like, you just have to understand how the controls work and it's aligned with the company policy. That's you have to learn, and you're good. Because that's doubt I have it when I as a student, I feel like, oh my goodness, there's so many requirement in a PCI DSS. How I gonna remember everything? I try to remember also that, but now in the real scenario, I feel that you don't have to remember all the controls. Eventually, in a real world, you only have to work in a three or four controls because there's other people who have to work in the controls too,
Right.
right? Right now, I'm working on a change management only. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's one thing we have to understand. You just have to know how to do it, understand the whole concept.
Yeah.
You don't have to learn all the requirements.
No. So what I tell the clients, especially now, man, like every week, I'm saying you do not need to know all of the requirements. Do not try to commit them to memory. You can't. The only thing I will ask you to commit to memory is the themes. So like network
Yeah.
security, um,
Yes.
threat detection, incident response, like ask,
Response.
just know the themes. Because when you hear
Yeah.
the themes, then you should know what controls to go look for. So if somebody says network
Yeah.
security, I already know I'm looking at requirement one. If somebody says data security,
Yeah.
I know I'm looking at requirement three and four. If somebody says
Exactly.
access management, I know I'm looking at seven and eight. Like just know the themes. Don't need to know every requirement. It's impossible.
Yeah, that's so true. I learned that now when I'm in the real world. So that's I was so scared before. I have to know all the requirement, right? Now I really know you don't have to work on all the requirements. So that's the one thing I would say. And after, back to the story again, after I finished my TDB, I have my resume was done. I have, I think, one-to-one meeting with Ashley, I think. So
Hmm.
my resume was all, altered and good. And after that, I always remember, Boyd, you said that LinkedIn is have to manage very professional because that's who you are. That's you have to show that there, like what you do.
Yep.
So that's why I didn't have Netflix no more now because I have a subscription from the LinkedIn. So I take the premium because I feel like, okay, Netflix. There's so many software to watch movies. You are
Right.
a tech guy. You can hack it. So I feel like, no, I try to get the LinkedIn premium, and I did that. I make all my LinkedIn new. I do have a LinkedIn before, but I didn't work on that. And I have a session one-to-one with Ashley, where she teach me a little bit about how LinkedIn work, how this community work. You have to reach out to people, and I did exactly what she said. And also I watched many of your videos. You said how to make the LinkedIn looks good. And after that, I try to add all the recruiter there, and I try to add the companies, tech companies. I try to reach out to the people who are in our IT area. So after I think 4 or 5, not even a 4 or 5 month, after I think 2 3 months, I Dice. You talk about the Dice also. I forgot about it. I
Yep.
have a very good account in Dice. I updated there also. And after that, like I start to get the calls. To be honest with you, like they just started calling, "Hey, Vijay, are you available in the market?" As we have this requirement. But I see in IT right now there's so many requirement, but still like you need to have a lot of experience. They said like you have to this kind of experience. I put my resume 7 year experience, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And like because it's all about how how we talk about the job position, like you are comfortable or not. So I got after that I start to get the call. Before I was scared a little bit when the first call come. Then I remember the authority mindset like this. Oh, okay. The recruiter who is calling me, he don't even know what's he talking about.
Right.
So that's I learned after 3 or 4 recruiter calling me because before I was nervous, so I maybe I'm like not that in scenario like I delivered the things he or she wanna listen, like maybe he thought like I don't have that much experience. But after 2 3 phone calls, I started getting the calls like, "Hey Vijay, I have this position, I'm sending you the email, can you check the job description? If you like it, we can talk about it." So that's how it started. I have so many messages in LinkedIn. Still I'm still in job right now, but still I got it. I still coming,
Oh
like
yeah.
still the yeah,
That's
I still have it.
the purpose of the reverse application system, man. Like once you
Yeah,
set it up, it never stops, man. That's what like
yeah, I
wasting time submitting applications, you don't need to do that. If you just build the brand
yeah.
and set the profiles up right, they will come to you.
Exactly. To you, yeah. That's true. That's so much true. And I start, still I'm posting every week, as you guys teach us, like so important, like be like, proactive there. You just have to act like you are in this industry. You are
Yep.
in industry, but you have to act more in LinkedIn. That's
Yep.
how I always say, because whatever is see, that is sell. If you didn't see anything, nobody knows what you're doing. So every
Right.
time I try to post some, cybersecurity news and things, I'm still doing, like, and I love it for that. So finally, this is my sixth company actually. I've been in the final interview and I nailed it, boy.
Hmm.
To be honest with you, I've been in the final interview with the Campbell Soup, BlackRock, Tata. That's Indian company actually who have all like outsourced IT people for the companies, and
Hmm.
also I did with PwC,
Hmm.
and also the company I did with one company. I didn't even remember the name of that company. So I think 5 interview I've been in final, and this is my sixth interview, and I love to give interviews. Now in this interview, because the first second interview I always pass it because that interview is very easy. It's like a first call, second call. But the final technical interview is always with the 4 or 5 people, where your
Hmm.
manager is here, director is there, and the two player, team guy who will work with you in the future. So there is a 4 or 5 people asking you a lot of questions. So maybe if my interview was not bad long time ago when I was doing with the other companies, but the problem is there's so many competition, like other people who you are competing with. This
Right.
company, I was competing with the 8 people actually. Eight
Hmm.
people have that profile set. Then later on, I find out this submit the last 2 people are in a final round, and me and one more guy. They finally they selected me. So I would say, like, even though you are fail in one interview, don't worry. That's I want to say.
Yeah.
It's learning, because in your fifth or sixth interview, you already know what they are gonna ask you, and
Yeah.
you are so much confident on that, like you just gonna blow their mind. They're gonna say, "Oh, this is the right guy I want to hire." So
You know,
that's
I think, and this goes back to the authority mindset and people focusing on the wrong
yeah,
thing. People get caught up and focusing, oh man, I didn't do well in that interview without shifting for gratitude for the interview opportunity. Because you can't get a job without an interview.
yeah,
And most people that
yeah,
want cybersecurity jobs, especially high paying ones, they can't get interviews because they don't have the skills that companies are interested in. So the fact that you are getting the opportunity to interview means that you have something working. It means that you know what you need to work on. So it's just like that reshifting of the mind. Gratitude. At least I know I'm in the door, man. Like how many people right now
Yeah,
get calls every day for jobs that are paying $80 per hour? It's not many. It's not many. But when you
yeah.
have the right skills, that becomes like a normal occurrence, man. Normal occurrence.
Yeah, that's true, man. And that's why I try to always, trying to motivate other guys or people also. Just don't worry about the one interview you failed it. I failed. I just proudly said I failed 5 interviews, and before that, that is the interview where I was doing actually. But before that, there's so many recruiter calling where you failed it. So I learned that in a positive way. Every time I'm very positive guy on that. I feel like you always keep learning, even though I would say like if after you out from the TDP, maybe so many people maybe ask you the question like, hey, I'm not getting job, what training did? No, that's not how it's work, because you have to work yourself also. That's very important. Somebody gonna show you the path, but that not gonna put your head and put inside the job. That's are the on you who finish your TDP, and there's so many resources in the internet. Boyd give us so many things there. I have a college college certification free. That's I didn't never knew that before. After you said. So
Yeah.
you have to have research after TDP also. There is just so many field, and people don't understand that. They always feel like, okay, PCI DSS, you learn that very good, but that's come out under the GRC also. So
Right.
you learn PCI DSC, you are absolutely inside the GRC. So don't limit yourself. Also, I said like how the PCI work, other framework also works same. Like if you learn PCI, all the framework aligned.
Exactly.
That's I think, yeah, that they have to understand. And I really want to say the people who out there, if you learn PCI DSS, you learn all GRC. That's I want to say.
Man, I'm telling you, it unlocks the world for GRC
Yeah,
and all of the technical positions as well. Because
yeah,
if somebody hired me to run the Koala scanner to be a vulnerability management analyst, what would I do? Requirements 2, 6, and
so
11.
yeah, exactly.
Requirement 2 for my inventory configuration standards. Requirement 6 for the risk identification. Requirement 11 for my scanning and remediation. It's like it's a
Yeah,
structured approach to do any type of job. So my question is for you, because
yeah,
you've
please.
gone through the program and the process, and just talking to you, like you have the mindset, you've embodied what I have taught. What do you say to the people that have gone through the program but did not get the results, and they are thinking that something is missing, or even blaming somebody else for their lack of results? What do you say about that?
I would say that first of all, you have to responsible for your own thing. That's the one thing first. Second thing, the training is all not about like to just put you in the job. That training is something is about your mindset, like how you learn this thing there. And also like after finish your TDP, you have to you do your own research. That is very important also, because because the training already give you the path how to go to this field. So I would say like blaming the training academy or blaming you is totally is like I would say like that's something you shouldn't do it, because I am so grateful. Like I always said that I'm so grateful. Like I see your YouTube video honestly, because that changed my life. And you have to have the positive mindset also. That's very important, because I know like everybody is not success.
Yeah.
I understand that, but that doesn't mean like you can blame to the other for your own results. You have to work hard by yourself also. That's very important. Like if you don't get it, if you're going in one way and if you don't get it, go in another way. Like but your purpose and goal have to be the same. Reach out to the people. I would say like there is so many people there around to help you out. So you can't just blame Baxter for like not getting the job, because maybe you are not doing the right thing. And right now I have just one person from the Baxter, and I have just a 30-minute session with him. I saw his LinkedIn. That is not correct, and I
Thank
just said
you.
that.
Thank you. Dude, you don't understand like my frustration. for the time that I spend to do the research to create this systematic process that works. And
Yeah.
people are like, oh man, I'm not getting interviews. I'm like, and you immediately look at their profile. I'm like, bruh, you didn't do what you've been instructed to do. How do you expect it to work if you didn't follow the
Yeah.
recipe? And you can see it with instantly you can see that it
Yeah, you
didn't.
can just see that. Like I see that many because I added many people who are in Baxter from the long ago. But when I see their LinkedIn, they're not working on their LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I
And
think
those
they like it's
have jobs. I'm telling you, those are the ones that don't have jobs when you see those profiles.
yeah, and I feel sad because that's not the training teach you and you teach. That something is different than they're doing. So you have to follow the whatever like the rule and regulation because LinkedIn is very important first of all because that show you like who you are.
Yeah.
If your LinkedIn is that weak, like whoever watching, even though I'm watching, if I'm for example I'm recruiting somebody and if I see LinkedIn and when I see that LinkedIn and another LinkedIn, I just go to the second one because
Yeah.
that one is not updated and it's not that up to mark. So
Exactly.
that's is yeah, you have to work on it. That's because as I said, like it's job doesn't gonna come to you like that. It's a reality. And this right now, the IT market is not that good right now, boy, right? So it's not easy. That's why you have to work on yourself, and also like you have to follow the rule, follow the instruction, whatever the training is giving you. And
Yep.
after that, you don't get it, then even though like I would say like okay, if you have having the call, having the interview, and you're not getting job, don't worry. 6 month, 8 month, 9 month, 1 year, you'll get it.
Yeah.
But that means like you are in the good process. But if you're not getting email messages or anything, then it's something wrong with your profile or you're not marketing yourself in a good way. And you always say like market yourself, make your brand, make yourself as a brand. That I,
Exactly.
I really like it. So yeah.
Yeah, man, because that brand is you. It's not tied to a company. So no matter where you go, that brand is you. It
Yeah.
follows you. And I learned that the hard way by trying to build up other companies and they let me go. Then I'm like, crap, who am I without this? But one of the things
Yeah.
I would challenge people, especially if someone's watching this video that's gone through the academy and you haven't landed a job and no one's reaching out to you, I promise you it's because you didn't follow the LinkedIn process, the authority process that we've given you. So my question is this: how can you say that you want to go help companies comply with regulations if you are unwilling to do the same for yourself? It doesn't
Repeat again, boy. Like
say
in
how.
a
Yeah, like how are you? How do you claim that you want to go help companies with
yeah.
security and compliance and follow regulations if you are unwilling to do it yourself by following the directions that are going to get you there? Because if you think about what I offer, is a step by step process, and I say every time.
Yes.
Don't change the recipe. Don't skip anything. If you skip things and you don't do them, you are non compliant with the recipe. So
Oh
how
yes, yes.
go audit
That's
other people if you are unwilling to follow the directions yourself?
Yeah, that's true. Is in a real work scenario also, you have to follow the policy, in a company also to align with the compliance rule. That's exactly in the life, I would say. You have to follow the rule. I would say like I'm not. I say like I'm not that kind of proactive guy in a training. I don't have a chance to speak all the time, but I follow like how it's going. You can
Mhm.
also learn so many things by only watching, and that I did it actually. I watch all the videos, even though I don't have a time. I always go back because there is all the videos there from series to series. So you just have to have time to watch all the video, how the people talk, how they are like talking with the clients, how they are interacting with the each other. So that I learn it. Now right now I'm speaking with you like this. I think this is something you set me up for that, I guess. So I always want to give that credit to you.
I
I
appreciate
always say that like I'm so glad like I got opportunity to be here, to be honest with you. Like I never thought like I'm gonna meet you, Boyd. I always thought like if I go to Texas, I really wanna go to the office, Boyd, and I wanna say thank you by myself. It's like hey, you changed my life because as a first child in this from my family in America, you really really need some mentor. I would not say like um, I never met you before, right? But
Right.
even though I didn't met you, you motivate me in such a way, like, I'm here today. So that's everybody have to feel like you have to be positive. You have to be have a very positive mindset. Keep learning. Even though I'm in a job right now, who are already working in that department like 6 7 years, is still learning.
Yeah.
I see that they're still learning because the control always changing, the things always changing. Company wanna save the money. The more less control, the more less money, right?
Exactly.
They have like, yeah, they have more controls, but they are on the limit. So every day is learning. So you just need I think one chance to get in. For that chance, you have to work hard, to be honest. But work hard, that doesn't mean like, you just have to like keep going, but you have to have a like fresh mind, have to be fresh, and you have to just this internet is the best friend. So many resources there. You would give so many resources in your YouTube. If you somebody go and watch in YouTube, they don't even like go for anything, honestly. Like I see that there is so many resources you provided. So
Dude,
that I think
I get so many.
blaming you is not good. Blaming is, and you can't blame anybody like that.
Dude, I get so many messages each week on LinkedIn from people that have landed jobs just by doing what I say on YouTube. And which is why, like, I say, hey, this stuff that I'm telling you, it will work if you implement it. So it just blows my mind that people try to discredit things that they didn't try or do or have not accomplished. It's like, oh, this guy's just trying to sell you a course. I'm like, yo, do y'all not understand that like I created a multi-million-dollar consulting company and I'm teaching
Yeah.
people the skills that I use to do that. I'm not some random guy off the street trying to sell you something. I do this. Literally. I do this. Like I just create this stuff. Like this book through the firewall about my life story. Do y'all see that? It is published with Forbes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I
Man,
see that your life have all mirror like struggle, the struggle what you did in your early days of your life. That's inspired me actually, and for me, like for me also, I really want to inspire people who are around in New York. I have a like I'm from Nepal, so I have so many people, more than I think 20,000 Nepalis residing in New York right now,
mhm.
and they come to America in my age, like 20, 21, 22, when they are here. They are not getting the platform actually because they don't have a that community professional. So I really want to help them also, like and that's why maybe if I know this video come out, I really want to tell them, like if I can do it, they can do it also, because
Yeah,
everybody come from same scenario, and they all are have that basic education knowledge back in home. But when they come in this country, they don't see the platform, and that's happened with me, and thank God I got a platform. Like I got you. Otherwise, like I'm like still struggling, and I don't have anything, so I feel like I really want to tell those guys also. I know in America you can live your life in any ways, because this country have a lot of opportunity. You don't have to have a career job to live your life. But in the end of your life, when you are creating 40, 50, if you are working this regular job, it's hard, for the family, for your future. So that's why I always feel like who come young from my, back in home, or not only from my country, from anywhere from the world, they have to, just get out from your comfort zone a little bit to achieve something better in their life, and for that, I feel like we need a platform, and there is so many platform right now. And I feel like, by watching me, I think, a few people motivate, and and I'm always there to help. I always say that, I see that, also in Baxter, whoever come from the Baxter, I feel like they are my family now. So
hey man,
whoever send me the message, I just
they
try to
are.
help them, like.
Hey, and even the disgruntled ones that hate me, I still love you. I
Yeah,
still love you, and I'm
that's
here to help you.
yeah,
But you just need to
yeah,
do
that's
what
that's that's
I.
true. Yeah, that's so much true. That's so much true.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
that's a little story. Yeah,
let me ask you this real quick, because I know you got to get to the meeting with the other
yeah,
side. In
yeah.
terms of the opportunity that you are working right now, did you cross the six-figure bracket?
Yes, I definitely, it's like 152 a year.
Wow.
Yeah, It's amazing feeling, I can't even say it because you feel good, and also the real work scenario is different, guys. I remember Christine always saying that, like, if you are working real, that is totally different than you expect. I think it's more easier than you learn. I would
Mm,
say that. The first, second week of my work experience was I didn't even sleep because I was so much nervous. Then after I feel like I'm doing nothing. Boy, to be honest with you, like I feel like I'm cheating, but then I realize that's how it is work corporate world.
exactly.
That's how yeah, that's how it's going. So I feel like I'm in my position right now. I'm very happy, and I feel like I would from here just go along, not going down. That's for sure.
This is just the beginning. And what you are experiencing right now is what I've tried to prepare the clients for with the mindset of moving from getting paid for hour or work and getting paid for value. Because, like, I'm going to
Yeah,
get more money, but I'm not going to be spending as much time to make that money because what I'm doing is more powerful and impactful. Therefore, it's more
yeah.
valuable. And that just comes with it with the territory. I dealt with that stuff too, man. I dealt with it too. I was like,
Yeah,
man,
and working from the home.
yeah.
That's a good thing. Like you are you're in a space. You're like working from the home is something like different. I never have experience like this in my life. So I'm just loving it, boy. I'm just loving it.
Man,
Yeah,
congratulations to you, man. I'm
yeah. Thanks,
incredibly
man.
happy for you. And if you come down to Texas, man, we can get together.
Yes, yes. I have a few friends who work in Texas. I have a very big community in Nepali community in Texas. I don't know you guys don't know or not, but big community from Nepal in a Texas who are working in a tech actually.
but you
So I
know
have
what?
a few friends.
I got a buddy that's actually from Kathmandu.
Oh, I'm from Pokhara. It's a 25 minutes flight from. I'm promoting my country also, Nepal,
Yeah, yeah. So
because it's a very beautiful. It's very beautiful country. Nepal is very beautifully come to visit. Like boy, try it once. Put it
yeah,
in your bucket list. You have to go to Nepal.
I know, no, I really do. My friend that worked with me at American Airlines, Jaleisha, she's from Kathmandu, and so she talks
Ah,
all the time, man. Yeah, she's on the
do let me know. Do let me know when you're planning for Nepal. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Okay.
what? I'm actually about to write a note around that real quick.
Yeah.
Plan
Please.
that trip.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Well, man, I appreciate you joining me today. Like hearing, dude, it is just it's great to hear like the authority mindset, man. I just see it dripping on you. I just see it and hear it. Hear it, man.
Yeah.
Don't change that, man. Keep it
Yeah.
going. Keep it going. Well, guys, if you got some value for this video, like this video, subscribe to the channel.
Boy, I have a one last thing to say before I just want to go. Like, just take 1 minute, okay? If you allow me.
Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. I just want to, say thank you. First of all, boy, I really want to thank you for, what I become today. I think that's my best day of my life when I see your YouTube video. That's, I would say. There's so many best day of my life, but that is one of the best day of my life when I see your video, and it's totally changed my life. And secondly, I really want to thank to my family. And it says like every successful man have a woman behind, right?
Yeah.
And that's my wife who is here. Like she motivated me for so many ways. She helped me in so many ways. So I really want to thank you, her especially from this video, and also like in the end, thank you so much for this opportunity, to be with you. That's I think something I never forget in my life. And thank you. That's how I would say.
Hey man, my pleasure. I can't take the credit for anybody's success and results because I've laid the plan out, and the ones that drive that plan are the ones that are successful. So kudos to you, man, for taking action and getting the job done. I'm incredibly proud of you, and this is just the beginning. Just the
Thank
beginning.
you. Thank you.
Just,
Thank you so much.
yep. So good people, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you have questions, drop them in the chat. Okay, is it comments? I don't know. Maybe it is, because I'll probably premiere this thing. Who knows? Let's
Yeah.
grow.
Got it.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.